Well, this is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and this is the scene at sold-out Everbank Stadium in downtown Jacksonville. The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Hot.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well.
Hey,
nice job there tackling him for a loss.
In motion right is Aguilar. Lawrence will throw. This ball caught by Strange. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Hey, I'm gun. Go, let's go. Think right, open. Silver.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Hey, Rob.
This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Hey. It's hot.
On third down, here's Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Yeah, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They go play action with Burrow. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Luke Musgrave, 42 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Right, let's go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
11, 13, Luke, sink right. Here we go,
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here's second and 10.
Hey, go gold! Go gold! Sink right! Silver.
Now Lawrence. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Von Miller. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
13, Luke! Hot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
On red. 11. Here we go,
Here's Lawrence. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this is going to be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here we go. 12. Dot.
Burrow will throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
11, Thomas.
Going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
11, Mighty. 11. Hot.
Here's Pollard again. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Gun. Hot.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
11. Here we go. Hot.
Burrow on play action. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here we go. Hot.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow flushed out right. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Jaguars 7. Evan McPherson to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 2nd and 12.
Hey, run!
The slot man in motion right. Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. And he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Hey, kill!
Now Lawrence to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Red on red.
In motion left is Davis.
Silver.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. Tackled there by Jordan Battle.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Rib, 23.
In motion, Aguilar.
It's hot.
Now Lawrence. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Hey, I'm gun. Go, let's go.
Slot man moves right.
Here we go, hot.
Back to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here we go, hot.
Again, it's Lawrence. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Etienne will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this. The Bengals drive about to get going. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
On 1, ready?
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hot.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Hey, we got to keep scoring.
3rd and 3.
12. Hot.
Burrow looking to pass. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Johnson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Ralph. Silver.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Forced out to his left, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The third down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
Hey, Lion! Here we go.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers,
run.
freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Lou. Sink right.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Hey.
Now Thomas will come in motion right.
Silver.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And this one is right through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
I'm one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game,
One, ready?
You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
50 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Now Burrow. This pass complete to Pollard on the out route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Gun. Side.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Thomas. Here we go.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Fourth down, but Burrow stays put. They're going for it.
11 mighty. Let's get set.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 33. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
But Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1.
Ready, break.
After the incomplete
11,
pass,
11.
here now is second
Red
and
on
10.
red. 11, Ag X.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Here we go, son.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Now he'll escape to his right. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Hey, I'm gun. Red.
Lawrence will throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
They still can't get him. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there, as that one good for 15 and a first.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
24.
In motion right is Thomas.
It's hot.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up.
30 left.
Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Here we go, son.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown. Brian Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception picked by Daryl Worley. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Bengals 14.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Big 13 heavy.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Now Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 53 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. A give, it's Etienne off the option. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
13, Lou. It's hot.
From the 16, Lawrence. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of account.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys. Had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Here we go.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation, but they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. T. Higgins. 46 yards. And the Bengals get a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
31. Bengals 21. Evan McPherson.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show defense off balance.
Well, we've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Thomas brings it in, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Easy. Red on the red.
Lawrence giving to Etienne here on the option. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Running lanes red. In the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 43, here's second down at a yard.
It's hot. Ship. Silver.
Here's Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Brian Thomas, his second touchdown of the night. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. 70 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
On the set.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive.
Hey, go.
Scheme, design, execution.
Looking long for Thomas.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 51 yards.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
24. There goes a hut.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked by Daryl Worley. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll look to Etienne to start things out. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
11. Hey, easy. Ralph.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
11, Agex. It's hot.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brian Thomas saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Jags continue to show why it pays. Play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately,